So this is a bonus video for the guys that's watching it. It means that it finally made the final edit. And the reasoning behind that is I'm shooting an ultra lightweight .22 slug. I know it's not the lightest in the industry or in the market, but this is an ultra lightweight slug. Approximately 20 grains thereabout, give and take one or two. I've got some left. I shot a 100-meter grouping with these guys and they were quite brilliant, but I only had one speed. So today I'm going to test them on 6 different speeds to see what they do, and hopefully I can get a speed and the harmonics in the gun just right to give you guys a good grouping. Let's have a go. Alright, first things first, not too bad except the last one. I think these sluggies need to be wound up a little bit more. The maximum I could reach on that was about 890 feet per second. I think I'm going to reload them into my slug gun and send them close to 950, between 950 and 1000. But at this stage, one thing is for sure, they don't like too slow a speed. Interesting. But there was one or two good groupings there. Let's go and measure up and wind it up.
What was I smoking? Really? An 8mm grouping at 716 feet per second? That is just brilliant. Nobody can complain about that. And at 882, a 10mm grouping with a slug. Really? Super accurate. I actually adore these slugs. They are impressing me every single time I take them out of the box.
Right, so this is a bonus video. Wind-still day. It is an absolute pleasure to be shooting today. I'm not sitting in an office or editing behind a computer. Glorious conditions. And I'm going to take the lightweight slug all the way out to 60 meters. Going to shoot it off 4 different speed settings and see what the grouping looks like at 60 meters. I've done this out of the fist once at 100 meters. There's a link for the video as well. And I did the 30-meter test just to look at the different speeds. And then I did a water bottle test as well to look at the expansion, and wow, these babies hit really hard, and they also love speed. So today I'm not going to give them that much speed. The gun is set up for pellets. It's my FX Mark II with a 600mm barrel. This is the superior heavy liner. It's not built for lightweight slugs, so I don't expect miracles, but I do expect something there at the end of the day. Reg is set at 90 bar. It should shoot these babies at around about 880 on the maximum speed. Minimum speed should be around about 750. I'll do a... Sorry, they just walked a deer in front of my camera. Right in the lane where I need to shoot. Standing, looking at me. Hi deer. No, it's not my deer. It's hi deer. Wow, what an awesome sighting. Pity I couldn't put that on camera. Otherwise it would have been meat and a lekker braai this evening. I'm not so happy with that. The slugs obviously don't like the slower speeds. 880 for a slug, definitely a no-go. But I've got some more. Let's see, punch another hole in there. Let's see how an 18-shot group looks like. Oh well, 18 shots from here, 60 meters doesn't look too bad. I had one sighter there and then let it rip. Not too shabby nice. Time to go and fetch that target, give you the measurements, and then give you my final summary on this lightweight slug and where I think it should be placed in the market. Interesting, but it loves the high speed. This gun, not set up for that speed yet.
The lightweight slug didn't enjoy the speed that much at 60 meters. Well, a 25mm grouping at 811 feet per second is probably not that bad, but it's not brilliant either. At 892, I think an 18 shot grouping at 30mm or just over an inch, that is more in line what we look for, but I wasn't happy with this. So I went to the indoor range at 40 meters and I shot the following 3 groupings. These lightweight slugs performed exceptionally at higher speed, with the best groupings being at 1020 feet per second as well as 1040 feet per second. I'll also show you guys a quick extract out of the 100-meter test that I did, and that was just out of the fist. I didn't plan it, I had the slugs with me and I let it rip. Watch this.
Now that isn't a bad grouping with a, I nearly said the weight, with such a lightweight slug at this distance. Let's go and have another 10-meter dash. Just going to go 1 click up on the scope, and I'm not going to hold for any wind, so the left to right movement you see, that is pure windage. Lost count. Let's finish the magazine. That's not bad for such a light slug. At 100 meters with a slight wind gusting a little bit. Initial impressions, I'm impressed.
Keeping in mind, this was shot for the first time at 100 meters. I've never ever touched these slugs before. With a 1.5 to 2 inch grouping and a 2.5 inch grouping at the second round, that deserved some mentioning. But I'm not done yet. I had to do an expansion test. How do they actually hit? And do they hit hard enough for pest control?
Bonus round. So this is a very lightweight slug. I've shot this baby now at 100 meters. I've shot it at 30 meters. And now I'm going to shoot it at the water bottle. Ooh, that was a bit loud. About 870 feet per second. Right, for the last slug of the day, this is the lightweight one again. I don't have the scope cam on for this one. I didn't set it up. This is gonna be a little bit louder than the rest. Power setting all the way up to 5. This is my Impact Mark 1 with the power plenum 700mm barrel up there. This is also called my cannon because it shoots 30 grainers at 970 feet per second, and I'm going to push a lightweight slug through it. That was extremely loud. Oh my greatness. Looking at the lightweight slug at 870 feet per second, it actually expanded, and you can still see some of the expansion on it. If I tip it to the side, you'll see that it opened up nicely on the sides. Still a little bit of lead left for penetration. Very, very good. If I look at the faster one, the same slug at 1100 feet per second, it basically disintegrated. The front portion is gone. It was in fragments in the bottle, but there's still enough lead behind to do some penetration there. Around about half the sluggy is left, and it is a very small slug to start with. But as you can see, it fragmented. There's a small little fragment there on the right hand side, and that is actually quite nice. But not a huge difference. If I look at the two from behind, the left one is the slower one. You'll actually see that the left one expanded nicely. Nice impact there. And then the right hand side one that was shot at a much higher speed actually mushroomed and then folded back onto itself. Very, very nice. That will create massive, massive damage to any pest that it hits. Beautiful. This little lightweight slug just keeps on impressing me. From accuracy wise to the different speeds to the massive expansion that you would not expect on a little teeny weeny little slug like that. that is quite impressive and nothing to sneeze at all. So from that perspective, I wish the manufacturer will go ahead with these lightweight slugs. I think there's a definite place in the market for that, and hopefully soon we can reveal who the manufacturer is if they go into production. Up until then, my lips are sealed. Ta-da!
That's all, folks.